So for this project, I started with a 27 by 33 inch picture frame with glass that I had picked up from a garage sale for $2. I was so excited about it. I had shown you this in a previous video, and at the end of this video I'll also show you some more garage sale finds. I prepare all my frames by taking ELMER'S glue and putting it around the perimeter of the back of the frame where the glass sits. And then I replace the glass, and then I take ELMER'S glue again and I put it around the perimeter again. Now this needs to dry overnight and sometimes up to 24 hours depending on how much glue you use. The glue serves two purposes. It holds the glass in place, and it also prevents resin leaks when you pour resin on the other side. Next, I got out my yellow glass. Now this yellow glass that you see here is glass that I have previously prepared for a sunflower video. And a lot of this glass, the long thin pieces, were actually shaped. I cut them long and thin on purpose because of the sunflowers I was making in the previous video, and I just happened to have a ton of it left. So this originally started out as clear tumbled glass, and I took my Krylon stained glass spray paint, the color canary yellow, and sprayed it to make this beautiful yellow glass. And the wonderful thing about the stained glass spray paint is that it's translucent, so you could hang this in a window and you could see through it from either side. So it's really pretty when sprayed on clear glass. Anyway, I have a video about it, one of my first videos about all the different Krylon stained glass spray paints and what they look like on glass. So anyway, I shape all these different yellow flowers with it, and then I start taking some of my stained glass stems and putting them around the perimeter in between the yellow flowers, as you see here. So these stained glass stems were pieces of stained glass that I had purchased at Hobby Lobby and cut them up myself, and then put them in my 40-pound MJR tumbler and tumbled them. These, I believe, I may have tumbled just for 24 hours, just enough to get the sharp edges off. Stained glass can be very sharp. Next, I got out my pink tumbled glass and formed flowers with those. Now, all this tumbled glass is glass that I pick up at garage sales and thrift stores, vases, plates, cups, all colored glass, and I break it up myself and I put it in my tumbler and I tumble it up to a week in my tumbler. So like I said, next I started making some flowers with the pink glass and put some more stems on there and just went around, worked my way around the perimeter of it. The next glass I get out is actually tempered glass, this light blue glass that you see. It's a windshield that somebody gave me, a boat windshield actually, and it turned out this beautiful blue. I was really surprised. And this was tumbled for a week, and it just turned out beautiful. I talk about this windshield at the end of my last video, or one of my last two videos. It was kind of a funny story. But anyway, I formed some flowers around the perimeter, and I just keep on going. And this light blue glass, I think it needs just something else, so I get out this Ashland decorative filler you can pick up at Michael's, and it's a sparkly glass and it's a little deeper blue, and I just sprinkle that on top of each of the light blue flowers that I make, and I think that kind of adds a finishing touch. Next, I add jewelry to the center of the flowers. Some of the pearls I'm going to leave off until after I put the resin on because it's easier, they'll stick in the spot that you want them after. But anyway, this jewelry is something else I also look for at garage sales and thrift stores. So next I pull out another decorative filler from Michael's. This is the same color as the smaller sparkly ones that I put on top of the tempered, light blue tempered glass. And so with these larger pieces of decorative filler, I make some small flowers, and I put about probably a dozen of them all around the perimeter. And this is the difference between the two. The one on the right I sprinkled on top of the light blue tempered glass, and the one on the left I made petals out of and put pearls in the middle to decorate around the perimeter. Now next I decided it needed some butterflies in the middle, but I'm making these on the paper first and I will add them after I've already poured the resin. And to outline the butterflies, I'm using some yellow, same yellow glass that I formed the flowers with. And I just kind of set it up ahead of time so that I have it all ready when it's time to do the resin. And these black long lines of glass are called vitrograph glass. This vitrograph glass I've purchased on Etsy, and I cut it up and use it for the antennae for the butterflies, and that works really well. And then to make the little dot at the top of the antennae, I use a seed bead, one of the larger seed beads. So here I just take a few minutes before I do the resin to straighten everything out, and next I'm ready for the resin. So when I use resin, I wear gloves, I use a respirator. You're supposed to do it in a well-ventilated area. The resin I'm using for this project is art resin. Art resin is a 1-to-1 ratio resin. You put 1 part resin to 1 part hardener in the cup and stir it for about 3 minutes. The slower you stir it, the less bubbles you'll get. And you're supposed to scrape the sides and the bottom as you do it to ensure thorough mixing. Now I put it over the glass first to kind of hold that all in place, and I did end up mixing up another bunch of it because I really wanted it to cover really well. And I actually take my hand to smooth it out in the middle, and then I do use the little kitchen torch to get all the bubbles out, and there were a lot of bubbles. Sometimes you have to use the torch and then wait a couple minutes because more will rise to the top, and then use it again. And here I'm just putting the pearls in the center of that Ashland decorative glass that I've made the little tiny flowers out of. And toothpick is a good way to move the glass around if it's gotten out of sorts there. Next, I start putting the outline of the butterflies on, and I've chosen a blue glass to put as the body, and that's blue tumbled glass. And you can see the vitrograph glass I've used for the antennae and the little beads at the top. Those are seed beads, just larger seed beads. And I go ahead and finish the 3 butterflies, and at the end, after I turn the camera off, I actually end up putting a 4th butterfly on because I felt like it just needed something was missing in that one spot over there. So then I take the light blue tempered glass and put that in the center, and then I used Michael's Ashland decorative filler to sprinkle over the top of the light blue tempered glass. And then I do take some sparkly beads, blue sparkly beads that I've also picked up at Michael's, and put those all over the butterfly also. It needs to sit on a level flat surface at temperatures between 72 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. It takes 24 hours to fully cure, and it's in your best interest to cover it with a dust cover so no dust particles get in it. Hey everyone. Love the way it turned out. Hope you guys did too. I love the colors in it. And you know, I was thinking, the video that I put out last week, the frame was identical, only it had the mirror in it that I put the flamingo on. And I thought, oh, this would have looked so pretty just on a mirror. This part around the edge and not the butterflies. What do you guys think? Anyway, I think this will look really nice up against a wall because then you can really see the colors better. Can you see the difference when I put that white paper behind it? Or if it was up against a wall, you can really see the colors and the details in it. Anyway, this, I had told a story about this glass, the tempered glass that's underneath. There's a darker blue glass sprinkled on top, but underneath is the tempered glass. It was the boat windshield that somebody gave me, which to me seems really weird. I mean, it turned out a beautiful blue color, but I don't know how you'd see through it with, with that color, but I guess you do. And yeah, my husband broke it by mistake. Well, he didn't break it by mistake. He thought I wanted it broken, but I was going to do something else to it before I broke it. So anyway, I ended up tumbling it, and it certainly turned out pretty. Anyway, I love to hear any comments or suggestions. I love to see what projects you guys are making. Some people send me, you know, some pictures through my email, which is under my about information. I love to hear from everybody. Anyway, I wanted to show you a few of my garage sale finds. Now I'm being real fussy when I go to garage sales now. I'm only getting it if it's a really good deal, and I really want it because I have so much stuff. I have so much stuff, it's unbelievable. I've got projects backed up for probably a year. But anyway, I got this mirror here for $3. I thought that was a really good deal. It's she said she wanted 10, and I said, well, I don't really want it that bad. And I started looking around. She says, well, you could have it for $3. And I said, whoa, okay, I'll take it. So anyway, I got it. And then at the same garage sale was this one. And I said, oh, well, how much is that one? Thinking it would be cheaper. She said, oh, $3. And I said, oh, okay, I'll take it for $3. Because I felt bad. She had gone all the way down to $3 from 10. So I actually almost like this, the shape of this better. I think it looks really cool. Anyway, I've got that. So I got 2 more mirrors. I've got a couple more out in the garage to do something with. And then I got this glass. I got these 2 pieces of glass, and they were 50 cents each. And it's really weird because they're identical, but yet this is heavy. This is almost twice as heavy as this one. And I think this is all hand blown, and this color is all the way through it. And it's kind of like it's a white and then with some amber. So this one is so thick, I might tumble this and see how this turns out. And this one, for some reason, is a lot thinner. It's just like half the weight. So I might just break this up for like a, you know, broken glass art project. So I thought they were both, I mean, for 50 cents a piece, you can't go wrong. And otherwise, if they were like $2, I wouldn't have bought them. And this I got for 50 cents too. And this is that pretty red glass. This will be good for something around Christmas time, poinsettia or something. And what else did I get? I got one of those little plastic tackle boxes for 50 cents. It was brand new. So you can always use that to store jewelry in or something. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. If you want to be notified of future videos, subscribe and you will. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.